So this presentation will walk you through USA Test Prep. USA Test Prep is an assessment tool our district has used for a few years. The site can be used for both teaching and learning. We've seen over the past few years that the site has helped improve test scores, improve students' understanding of various content from course to course. Our district usually purchases subscriptions to most courses that are tested and some others. If you find that your course is not featured in USA Test Prep or you don't have access to the content for your course in USA Test Prep, contact your respective coordinator through the school district. So USA Test Prep focuses on college and career readiness. They have updated most, if not all, of their content to align with our college and career readiness standards in South Carolina. It's great for this stuff. Multitude of test review products, different assignments, assessments, activities, games, videos for multiple content areas to prepare students for end of grade tests, EOCs when we actually have them, graduation level tasks, career readiness, college entrance assessments. The list goes on and on and on. So this is a video of why USA Test Prep. I'll click play on it now.
Used by over 50,000 teachers.
All right, so how to use USA Test Prep. As you log into the site, and the site looks a little different now, it's been updated, but all the features are the same. They're constantly updating the site, so you may find that the site looks different from week to week or even month to month, just as they update it and add different materials. So always be on the lookout at that. But you log in, click log in on the main screen. Again, the district has to purchase access to your course for you to gain access to the site. So you've probably already been set up with a username and password. So they've done that with most courses. Once you click log in, you may be prompted to enter an activation code. If you work at Gaffney High School, I've got the Gaffney High School activation code here. Each school has their own activation code. Someone, probably your department head or another person in your school, administrator, things like that, or district coordinator probably has the activation code if you do not have it. My email is at the end of this presentation if you'd like to reach out to me and I can track that down for you. But you use the activation code provided by administration, then you enter your username and password also provided by administration. You may want to change your password once you log in, or you can choose to keep the password provided to you by the district. Once you log in, get to work. There's a take a tour link off to the side. This will kind of walk you through the basics of USA Test Prep, setting up classes, enrolling students, things like that. The assessment tab, create custom assessments, or you can kind of choose from stock assessments. share with other teachers at your school. Tons of student data becomes available after students take these assessments. Create assignments. You can create very specific assignments for your students to work on, whether it's practice questions, videos to watch, games to play. Yes, these games are educational. Different performance tasks like matching, drag and drop, things like that, vocabulary practice, so on and so on. You can view progress reports, keep track of how your class is doing, their progress, their individual progress, each student, based on assignments, assessments, standards, etc. If you go to the top of the screen, you'll see resources, EOC tabs, different testing tabs, things like that. Those are drop-down menus that you can gain access to different information, projector games, warm-ups, printable materials, things like that. Set up a class. You click classes, create new class. You can name your class, Miss Smith's second block or whatever your class may be. You can set a class password. That's optional, so that when students log in to your class, they enter a password. I don't do that, but you do have that choice. You can share your class with another teacher. That teacher will be able to view your grade book, progress reports, things like that. Basically, you are sharing all options, functions, information with your class. So if you team teach with the teacher, that may be an option you choose. Associated tests. Any of the tests you see on the screen, and again, USA Test Prep updates this from time to time, so this list may look different when you're looking at it, but you click all the tests that are going to be associated with this particular class. So if I'm a U.S. history teacher, I'll choose U.S. history, but I may want my students to have access to multiple classes, multiple tests, information. So those options are there as well. Then you start adding students. District has already set up students with accounts. If students missing, reach out to someone on your IT team or someone with the district, Amanda Painter or myself. We can track this down for you. But you type the last name into the search bar and click him or her to add them to your class. Once you've done that with all your students, click Save Class. And if you've already got assignments loaded in, they may pop up here, and you can choose to go ahead and add them to the class so that once students log in to that class, they'll have access to those assignments. If not, they'll get access as you assign them later on. But to create a new assignment, and creating assignments and assessments is pretty much the same. The steps are the same. Options just look a little bit different. But you click Create New Assignment or New Assessment and follow the steps. It walks you through it. For assessments, you'll have an option to click Basic or Custom. Basic gives you kind of a random bank of questions based on the standard or indicator you choose. Custom, you actually go through and hand select questions or items for that assessment, for that assignment, based on the indicator or the standard you want to pull from. Custom is quite often the best option for a lot of teachers. Otherwise, like I said, USA Test Prep will build a basic test for you, kind of randomized from the particular indicator or standard. Click Single Assignment or Assessment for one assignment. For if you want to do a group of assignments, click Group Assignment, and you can make kind of a group of multiple assignments, whether you want to give them vocabulary practice, questions, a game, a video, all in one little group of assignments they can create at one time. Then select which classes will be assigned the item. You want to name the assignment. It might be, Wednesday classwork or whatever you want to name it. Choose which test it's going to be associated with, whether it's U.S. history or world geography or algebra 1 or whatever it may be. Choose the type, whether you're going to do questions. It'll be 5 or 10 questions. Vocabulary, usually 5 vocabulary terms. Performance task, and you can choose different options there. A puzzle, word search, crossword, what have you. A game, you'll choose the standard and the indicator, which the items are associated with, so on and so on. Choose your settings, start date and end date. If you want to share it with other teachers in that department or in that area, content area. Minimum score, you can set it if you won't make it to where students can't make lower than a 70 or an 80. You can set that, and they will take it until they score that. You'll allow them multiple attempts or allow them to retry missed items. You have that option also. This is where you get results. You got your class gradebook. Gradebook's just that. It shows you what students' grades are, set up like a traditional paper gradebook with assignments at the top, grades and students below. Progress reports, you can track students' progress in a particular standard or indicator, or assessments, assignments, things like that. Class results shows you what your students have done within a set time frame. So if you want to look at your results over the past month, you can do that here. Resources, learning resources, assignments, games, review items, printables, more. Click this, go through this. This is awesome. And class management helps you manage your class. You can add or remove students, update associated tests. If you teach government economics and you forgot to add economics to your class, you can go in and do that. If you teach Algebra 2 and you want to do some review from Algebra 1, you can go in and add that here in class management. So for more information, reach out to me. Here's my email here, will.deboard@cherokee1.org. Play with the site. Go through, click and look around, play around, add assignments. You can practice with it. Go back to slide 10, watch that video, and there are other videos on the site for you to view to kind of familiarize yourself with the site. Each teacher is going to do their USA Test Prep classes differently. I teach U.S. history, and all the U.S. history teachers do their classes differently. We use the site differently, so you kind of make this your own. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to email me. I'll be glad to help. If possible, maybe I can come to you or we can meet together one day and I can help you out. Good luck.